Hello my bitches and bros and the binary hoes. Detroit is a pretty shitty place to live. Crime is through the roof and everyone is either trying to scam you or straight up wants you dead. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077, the world's first Detroit simulator, and a broken one at that. You are literally him or her or them or theirs, or just V, and you are one of many mercenaries hoping to make it big in Night City, or the city of dreams, like Los Angeles, and like Los Angeles is also a horrible place to live. Corporations rule the world and everyone is chromed the fuck out, from cool blades that come out of your arms to gold-plated skin to literal fucking penises. You can also engage in this form of gratified self-mutilation, granting you the power to hack into someone's Neuralink, make them watch 10 hours of QE brain rot until their beta male brain makes them commit suicide. You have no money, no reputation, no problem. What you do have is your word, a gun, and zero regard for human life. Cyberpunk takes you on an educational adventure about what you need to know about surviving the most peaceful day in Memphis, Tennessee. Aside from this, Cyberpunk starts off depending on what life path you choose. Either a seasoned street kid from South Central, a nomad from bumfuck Arizona, or a corpo working at BlackRock. But they all start off with the same goal in mind. You need eddies, and that doesn't grow on trees. You could always go for the standard GTA playstyle, that is to say, complete the first mission, shoot the nearest gang member and loot their corpse, accidentally kill a pedestrian, then engage in a high-stakes shootout with the local police. However, if you're as much as a nuisance as Johnny Somali is in foreign countries, the NCPD will stop fucking around and send the canonically accurate LAPD. And they're itching to shoot somebody, especially minorities. If you plan on living, however, the only option you have is playing the fucking game. And the only way a morally ambiguous person like yourself can make money is through merc work, whether it be through any of the countless side jobs in NCPD crime reports. Night City's crime is so overwhelmingly bad that the police will straight up pay you to do their job, taking out the trash such as the automatons, the four players, the Roid Ragers, the Soldier Boys, the Russians, the Cholos, and the Yakuza. You may ask, what do we do with these people? Well, fucking shoot them, as de-escalation does not exist in the NCPD vocabulary. This is America after all, and there are lots of places that are more than willing to suit your Second Amendment needs, ranging from all sorts of weapons, whether it be the traditional gun or a literal railgun. And trust me when I say it, that you're going to fucking meet them, as everyone is either a gang member, a corporate employee, or an undercover ATF agent. Likewise, it's your responsibility to contribute your efforts into ensuring that Night City's crime rate continues to get worse, because there is a lot of shooting in this game. So much so that it competes with the amount of active shooter events that take place in my country for every incel that feels like the world has wronged them just because women don't want to sleep with them. Since this game is set in America, everyone, and yourself included, has had a heaping helping of junk food, which is perfect for creating a subtle body armor. On top of that, as mentioned before, everyone is sporting some sort of cybernetic enhancement that makes them bullet sponges, but that doesn't stop you from blowing the lungs out of their bodies with 9mm. If you're of another nationality besides American, Cyberpunk has still got you covered. For my blokes in the European side of the world, you could perfectly embrace the little Romanian or British heritage you possess by using a splendid amount of sharper blunt weapons. In addition, if you don't want to solve problems with any sort of weapon, you can also use the ones God gave you, your fists, to provide your enemies with the premium crisp rap experience. Or you could just go the peaceful route and not kill a single person, but peace is for pussies, and we're going to kill anything that moves, as Cyberpunk literally recommends that you do so with every single person within a 30-mile radius wanting you dead, with the only way to ensure your own survival is to decide what type of build or path you choose, making it all the more fun. Compare this to pre-2.0 Cyberpunk, which can best be described as a terrarium for every single bug that the Red Engine can manifest, that would best be demonstrated rather than be explaining it. If only this game released the way it is now, it could have gotten Game of the Year, as post-2.0 Cyberpunk could very well be considered a completely different game with how much new mechanics and improvements those updates delivered. On top of improvements, the amount of shit you see happen in Night City is enough to put Ohio to shame. Trauma Team seems to draw some inspiration from the United States healthcare industry, as they'll only give a shit about you if you have their premium plan of healthcare, and the NCPD has a zero bullshit policy that even the smallest infraction will result in you getting shot several times.
Under the Safe Streets Act, the NCPD has the right to open fire on any vehicle that refuses to pull over.
In Cyberpunk, you will encounter what you cannot in real life. That's right, love. For even in Night City, there is still a semblance of the basic human instinct, and there are also options for my homosexual subscribers. If talking to people in hopes of a romantic relationship isn't for you, the Joy Toys on Jig Jig Street will straight up fuck your brains out for a small fee.
You looking for some company tonight?
If you're too much of a pussy to talk to people in general, you could just fuck off home and fascinate yourself with QE content. You'll need a vehicle to do half of the dumb shit you'll most likely partake in, and you'll need to drive. And while 2.0 improved the driving in Cyberpunk, even with mods, it's still a learned experience. because the streets seem to be lubricated with the same lube used in
fucking
sex.
kidding me?
As one slight right turn will send your ass into a light pole and into a building. While you may argue that GTA 4's driving was just like this, in GTA 4 I found ramming a car into another vehicle hilarious. Whereas in Cyberpunk it suffers from the trope of causing car accidents is considered a crime.
Speaking of cars, cars have radios, and radios play music. And the music in this game is pretty good, even with the streamer mode turned on. While you won't be hearing any Drake songs, you can instead listen to a song about how incompetent Japan's population is at communicating. Across all the radio stations, they all pale in comparison to the classical music radio station, which, might I add, is the perfect soundtrack to enjoy while getting shot at. Appearance is also key in Night City, and you need drip. Otherwise, you could just
Stick some iron in your mouth and pull the trigger.
But what if you fuck up along the way of becoming a legend in Night City?
And found yourself as a witness to patricide.
Bam! Your friend is dead. Bam! You've been shot in the head. Bam! A terrorist is now in your head and there goes your personality.
And the worst part of it is, you're still fucking broke. As mentioned before, you have multiple ways of getting money, and none of those are getting a proper job.
This is a game about crime, and as such, your main source of income is killing people and robbing them because working as a fast food employee is boring compared to causing car accidents and participating in gang warfare. However, nothing is worse than the crime of forcing players through unskippable dialogue of characters I could give a rat's ass about, such as Misty and Evelyn Parker, who is part of the reason why you got shot in the head in the first place. Aside from these complaints, Cyberpunk's story is, while short, pretty good for what it is given that every other game after the year 2017 is complete garbage. The way you can complete the story offers multiple methods of carrying them out, either doing missions through stealth or straight up shooting up the entire place.
On a serious note, the terrifying thing about Cyberpunk's timeline isn't about how far-fetched it is. It's about how familiar it feels. In the Cyberpunk universe, the collapse didn't happen all at once. It was slow, systemic, and layered in just enough corporate bullshit and political gaslighting that no one gave a shit until it was too late. Corporations gained unchecked power, influencing global policy, controlling governments, rewriting laws, and treating human lives as data points on a quarterly report. Meanwhile, in our own reality, we watch massive tech giants like Google and Apple absorb more of the economy, harvest our data like crops, and quietly embed themselves into every aspect of daily life, from talking on the phone and healthcare to education and warfare. Climate disasters are a way of life. The wealth gap is a bottomless pit, and trust in institutions is non-existent. In ours, we're not that far behind. The weather shifts violently. Billionaires race to escape the Earth rather than fix it. And the average person is either too burnt out to fight a system that sees them as disposable, or they just believe the lies that the government and corporations tell them to. Cyberpunk's timeline has the illusion of fiction, but its foundations are disturbingly real.
Privatized military forces, AI surpassing human understanding, global surveillance normalized under the guise of safety, and technology advancing faster than morality can catch up. The only real difference is time, and the sobering realization that we're not just spectators to the story, but the main characters, without all the plot armor. And whether we're on page 50 or 500 doesn't change the fact that we're heading down the same road. So yeah, maybe it started off as a joke. Maybe we all laughed at how Night City is just Detroit with extra LEDs. But the truth is, Cyberpunk isn't some far-off dystopia. It is a warning. A warning that, if we don't start paying attention now, we won't need a time machine to see it come true. We'll just wake up one day and realize we're already living in it.
What do I know? I'm just some stupid fucking YouTuber. By the way, this is a new headset. It bothers me just as much as it bothers you because I have to see this shit in my peripheral vision. I wish I could yank it out, but I spent $30 on these headphones, okay? I got them pre-owned at GameStop, alright? I guess I am broke. But good news, I have a job, guys! I'm gonna be working now! Selling games! Woo! I do want to thank the members of the Black Yoshi community, as well as the lad himself, because, well, he offered me insight on how he made his GTA 4 video, which if you watch that one, after watching this one, you'll see the parallels between those two. And his advice was, he just fucking raw dogged the entire shit. And the only thing I did different was I wrote a script for the video. If he watches this video, well, I would be honored. It feels like I copied the video, but I did my best, you know, and everything. Time of the recording of this video, I'm taking a break off social media for a whole week. I've deleted the apps, not my accounts, alright? Because, well, my friends have told me that I needed to take a mental break, and I agree with them, because my head has currently been... Like, subscribe, I gotta figure out how to close these fucking videos, man.